Maria is 1 in a million. She's the most successful person I know. She's the most impressive human being I know. And I needed the world to hear about her. And that's how I was then driven to, after learning to make content, not very well, if I'm really honest with you, I knew I needed to try and find a way to get her story out to the world. And that's really how I then got involved in it, because after meeting 12 girls, you don't just meet 12, eventually you meet more. And Maria says to me one day, we need to get some more scholarships, otherwise the kids can't stay. And I'm like, how do I help? She goes, do you know any headmasters? I'm like, yeah. So I contacted one of my headmasters and I've got some girls here, can you take them? He said, I can take 1. I'm like, great, okay, 1. I'm like, what am I gonna do here? So I took 12 of them to the school, into the principal's office. And I said, I said 1. I said, choose. And he was like, you bastard.
That's some biblical stuff right there.
And I was just, take your choice. And he said, I'm like, honestly, take your choice. Whichever one you want, we'll go and find another 11 homes somewhere else for them. He took 6 of them that day, okay, which was amazing. And I'm very grateful that he did. And I found somebody else to do the same. But again, it leans into reaching into people's kindness. There are kind people out there. I think most people are kind. You just need to give them the opportunity to be kind. But for me, it was like, that changed every part of my life. I'd made money. I'd been successful on paper. I had flash cars, big houses, fancy watches, all that kind of stuff. In 2012, when I met Maria, that changed forever. I'm 42 years old, forever. Never, ever since have I given a hoot about money, apart from how it can help them. I don't need to drive fancy cars. I don't need to wear fancy clothes, much to my wife's annoyance. I don't need to live in a fancy house. I don't need any of that stuff. I don't need to fly in first class. It's just, to me, it's not important. Because the value, that people say I'm selfless, but it's selfish. I promise you it's selfish. Because the effort that I put into this feeds me in ways that I'd never experienced before. And that to me is where the value is. And that's what makes life worth living. And at 55 years old, you'll realize, when you're young, you can't see it, but you'll realize when you get a bit older, you'll just realize that what's important in life is watching your boys grow up. You know, watching your boy playing the trumpet for the first time, watching your son play in a rugby match, watch your daughter play hockey, and take their friends out and go and play in the park together with no phones and no toys, and throw a frisbee and kick a ball and hang out and do that kind of thing. That's important. The other stuff really isn't. And if you can attach yourself to trying to make someone's life better, like I've done with this, it does nothing but makes you feel better about being a human being.
Oh, that's powerful.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.